Alright. Alrighty here. So make sure I got this set up right. That's the thing is with these trick shots, if you don't set them up right, they don't go. So we gotta make sure they're set up right. Alright, so now, this is the Joseph shot. 12 and 13 and 14. That's a little fun little shot here. Alright, so, how many people here build things? How many people here build things? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to build a wall. We're going to build a wall over here. It's called the wall of balls. So we got 4 balls over here on the side. And what do walls do? What do walls do?
They crumble.
They crumble, sometimes they separate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They do all kinds of crazy
But they separate things. And it's kind of like in life when we have relationships with people, that if we have walls up in front, it kind of doesn't let us have good relationships, does it? And what are some of the building blocks of these walls? Well, it could be jealousy, anger, bitterness, unforgivableness, and you can kind of think about those things. And if you have these walls up, you really can't have good relationships with people. And I've found that if we can't have the relationships with people, it causes us to not be able to have a good relationship with the one who made us. Because if you think about it, if you can't have a relationship with somebody you can see, how can you have relationships with somebody that you can't see? So what you need to do is knock the wall down for those people that you don't really have a good relationship. Maybe you need to apologize to them, and that's not a very easy thing to do. I can tell you that from first-hand experience. But anyways, actually, I need a volunteer for this shot because this actually is a two-message shot. I need somebody that's actually played here on this table sometimes. I want to get a volunteer from here. Anybody want to come up here and help me with the shot? All right. What's your name?
Bill.
Bill. Everybody, give a round of applause here for Bill. Thank you very much. All right, so you a decent pool player, Bill?
Decent.
All right.
He can make a ball.
You can make a ball or two? All right. How well are you at knocking down walls?
How what?
How well are you at knocking down walls? Not very good. All right. Well, do you think you can make those 4 balls? You run into a couple. That's not fun. Do you think you can make all 4 of these balls in that side pocket, draw your cue ball back 40 miles an hour, and make the 9 ball in the side pocket? Well, you know what? Let me give you a hand. Let me give you a hand here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rack right here. Now you could ask, why is the rack going there, Brian?
What?
Ask.
And he says,
Say, why is the rack there? Why is the rack going
why
there?
is the rack there?
Because it won't work without it being there. and that's the whole trick, because how many times in life have you ever ran into something to where there is no way that you could get through this by yourself? And whether somebody comes and helps you, or something happens to where you thought of something and you can get through it. I personally think that God sometimes puts people or things in our lives to help us get through things that we normally can't. And that's why this shot, this variation of the shot is called tools. All right, so come over here, Bill. You're going to be center stage here, okay?
Okay.
So what I want you to do is I want you to hit the cue ball right about the center. Just hit it right in the center. And aim it right into the rack.
Yeah, all right.
Right there. Straight into it. And then lift your hand up because the cue ball is going to pop back. Okay? Don't hit it real soft, but don't hit it real hard.
Hit it center.
Yep, hit the cue ball right in the center, and then hit the rack.
Hit the rack.
When I hit the rack, all 4 balls are going to come down, the cue ball is going to pop back and make the 9 ball. In less than 100 tries.
I'll be here all night.
Alright, so hit the cue ball right in the center, and hit it with about a medium stroke. Don't kill it, but don't baby it either.
Where we going to hit it on here, Slaney?
Yep.
How hard?
Yeah, about medium stroke, but don't hit it real too hard. There we go. Nice job,
Good shot.
Alright. This next shot, this is a real fun shot. I really like this one. And this is pretty easy. If you want to know how to set this up, you go to the bank and ask for some quarter wrappers. Okay? And what you do is you take 1 quarter wrapper. Here we go, myself here. Alright, so what you do is you put one of these balls on the quarter wrapper, and then you take another one, it's cut in half, and what you do is you put this one right underneath of the other ball. We have a floating combination shot here. Like so. And we make sure they're lined up, and they're lined up. And the name of this shot is called Humble. All right, how many people here play pool or have ever played pool or sport or any type at any point in their life? All right? I'm gonna use a pool analogy here because how many times if you make a couple balls and you start to feel good about yourself, it's like, hey, there's some people watching me now. I can start, strutting around the table a little bit. People are watching me, and then what do you do in your next shot? You miss. Why? Because your focus was off of the game and onto yourself. And that's not really a good thing to do. And actually, I had a very good life lesson about humility about 2.5 weeks ago. I was playing in a pool tournament up in Dayton, and I was looking around at everybody in the pool hall, and I'm like, you know what? I'm probably the best player here. I'm thinking, hey, this is going to be pretty good. Instead of doing what my dad always tells me and says, play the table instead of your opponent. And guess what happened? I was the first player out. Was I the best player there? Probably, but you know what? My focus wasn't where it needed to be. And I need to be a little humble. And actually there's a proverb that says, pride comes before a great fall. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this floating combination fall, and it's going to split here in these two pockets. So to remind ourselves, make sure I'm hitting that. So remind ourselves to be humble.
Watch it.
We do this.
Oh, wow.
All right. So far, so good. All right. So this shot, it's a nifty little shot. We got 3 more left in our show here. How many people here are really busy all the time? A lot of people are really busy all the time.
Busy thing.
Yeah, but that's how a lot of people are these days. Yep, and wouldn't it be nice to kind of have like a break? To kind of have maybe, let's say like a full day to have just a nice break. Wouldn't that be nice? Be able to rest up on things?
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, there's a day, if you look back in Genesis, on the 7th day it was talking about a day of rest. Now, wouldn't that be nice? You kind of have like a 1 day out of 7 to be like, oh man, I need to take a recharge for my batteries, And that's what this shot is called. It's called Day of Rest, which actually, if you read in Genesis, it's the 7th day of the week. What we're going to do is we're going to shoot a 7 ball, 3 rails into this pocket. But as soon as I get done shooting the 7 ball, we're going to rapid fire these 6 balls into this pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, real fast before the 7 ball beats it there. Because it's a lot of work to get these 6 balls in here real fast. So the nice part is you do a lot of work, and then you can stand back and be, I'm going to take a rest, and the 7 ball falls in between. So we'll see if we can get this going here. I practiced this earlier. I will not get close to you guys. That's why I push the chairs back. So basically I'm going to shoot here and then come over here and rapid fire. If you want to move, you can, but I'm not going to hit you.
I'm going to move.
Like I said, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt anybody. So, all right. So this is called the Day of Rest shot. So we're going to shoot a 7 ball, 3 rails, and then come over here and rapid fire the 6 balls in less than 100 shots. All right. This is a timing shot. Get there. Get there. I think the 7 ball was taking a little too much rest there. What do you think?